Hello to everyone and welcome to your first weekly report. In this report, as usual, I will be telling you the highest case number ranges where interviews have taken place so far at your different embassies and consulates. Today, let's start off in Dakar, Senegal, which remains at 18,500 plus case number range. Tbilisi, Georgia remains at 15,900 plus. Havana, Cuba has increased to 2,000 plus. La Paz, Bolivia remains at 2,100 plus. Tirana, Albania has increased to 15,600 plus. In Ankara, Turkey, the Africa region remains at 6,400 plus. The Asia region remains at 4,400 plus, and the Europe region remains at 3,000 plus, with one case already interviewed from the 7,100 plus case number range. In Beirut, Lebanon, and New Delhi, India, no diversity visa interviews have been held so far. In Tokyo, Japan, the Africa region remains at 20,000 plus, the Asia region remains at 5,700 plus, and the Europe region remains at 11,000 plus. In Manama, Bahrain, the Africa region remains at 29,500 plus, and the Asia region remains at 2,900 plus. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Africa region remains at 19,200 plus, the Asia region remains at 5,600 plus, and the Europe region remains at 4,100 plus. Libreville, Gabon remains at 22,100 plus. Casablanca, Morocco remains at 20,300 plus. In Lagos, Nigeria, so far no diversity visa interviews have been held. In Kuwait, the Africa region has increased to 26,500 plus. Algiers, Algeria remains at 29,200 plus. In Frankfurt, Germany, the Africa region remains at 29,800 plus. The Asia region remains at 5,500 plus, and the Europe region remains at 15,800 plus. Harare, Zimbabwe remains at 14,800 plus. In Cairo, Egypt, the Africa region remains at 29,700 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,400 plus. Luanda, Angola has increased to 29,500 plus. Kinshasa, the DRC remains at 10,100 plus. Suva, Fiji remains at 1,400 plus. In Amman, Jordan, the Africa region remains at 26,500 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,900 plus. Rangoon, Burma remains at 3,900 plus. Cotonou, Benin remains at 28,200 plus. A reminder that these are the highest case number ranges where interviews have so far been held at your different embassies and consulates. We continue with Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and at that embassy, the Africa region remains at 24,500 plus. The Asia region has increased to 5,900 plus, while the Europe region remains at 9,800 plus. Abidjan, Ivory Coast remains at 12,900 plus. In Islamabad, Pakistan, the Africa region remains at 19,600 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,800 plus. In Djibouti, the Africa region has increased to 28,900 plus, while the Asia region remains at 5,900 plus. In Abu Dhabi, the UAE, the Africa region remains at 10,200 plus, the Asia region remains at 5,200 plus, and the Europe region remains at 3,000 plus. Accra, Ghana remains at 17,100 plus. In Yerevan, Armenia, the Asia region has increased to 5,900 plus, and the Europe region has also increased to 14,000 plus. In Paris, France, the Africa region has increased to 27,600 plus. The Asia region remains at 2,400 plus, while the Europe region has increased to 15,900 plus. In Napoli, Italy, the Africa region remains at 24,900 plus. The Asia region remains at 4,000 plus. The Europe region remains at 13,500 plus, and the South America region remains at 2,100 plus. Nairobi, Kenya remains at 14,000 plus. In Doha, Qatar, the Africa region remains at 27,800 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,600 plus. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania remains at 10,700 plus. Kathmandu, Nepal remains at 5,600 plus. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia has increased to 26,500 plus. Lusaka, Zambia has also increased to 27,400 plus. Kigali, Rwanda remains at 24,500 plus. Freetown, Sierra Leone remains at 6,100 plus, but with one case interviewed from the 28,800 plus case number range. Lomé, Togo has increased to 27,800 plus. In London, the UK, the Africa region remains at 25,100 plus. The Asia region remains at 5,300 plus. The Europe region remains at 15,400 plus, and the Oceania region remains at 1,200 plus. Colombo, Sri Lanka remains at 5,900 plus. Monrovia, Liberia remains at 24,800 plus. Johannesburg, South Africa remains at 29,700 plus. In Mumbai, India, the Africa region remains at 29,800 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,900 plus. Yaoundé, Cameroon has increased to 23,000 plus. And finally, in Montreal, Canada, the Africa region remains at 22,600 plus. The Asia region remains at 5,700 plus. The Europe region has increased to 14,700 plus, while the South America region remains at 800 plus case number range. So that is how far interviews have taken place so far at your different embassies and consulates as part of the DV 2025 program. Thanks for watching this first report. Look out for the second weekly report very soon, God willing. Until then, goodbye.